Okay, let's look at this question. This is a auto bird feeder. So notice there are two batteries here, and there's an iron rod, okay, and the food tray. Okay, now the food tray is empty. You can see that the food is being dropped down when it's empty. Okay, so you can see diagram 1. Food drops from the feeding machine when the food tray is empty. Okay, next, when the food tray has food, right? Food stops dropping when the container is filled. Okay, notice something unique here about the connection here. You see this part Q, right? So when the food tray has food, can you see part Q is away from this connection here compared to here? Okay, so you need to know the difference. So when observing these two diagrams, you need to know how the mechanism works. Okay, this one is from the Hua Primary School, last year's prelim paper, question 37. Okay, so this state is very easy. State the property of the material used to make part Q, which allows the setup to work. So part Q is here, right? So what's the function of part Q? Okay, you see when it is empty, the spring actually springs up, right? Because there's no weight pressing it down. So when it springs up, this part Q, wire connecting the tray is connected here. You can see this part. So it forms a closed circuit so that the electricity from the battery here can go through part Q, okay? Can go through part Q here and then continue to go through the iron rod, turning it to the electromagnet. So when this iron rod becomes an electromagnet, right, it will cause object P to move there. So you may ask yourself, hey, what caused object P to move to the right? That means object P must be a what? Must be a magnet. It is being repelled by this electromagnet. So again, you discover that object P must be a magnet. So for part 1, state the property. So must be what? Electrical conductor. Okay, electrical conductor or conductor of electricity, okay? Okay, or you can say conductor of electricity. Electricity. Okay, state. So quite easy, this part. Okay, next, explain how the iron rod becomes an electromagnet when the food tray is empty. So this is the part which I just mentioned. When the food tray is empty, right? The spring springs up, forms a closed circuit. So I share with you the answer provided by the student, this part. Okay, can you see this part? This student get the answers correct. So if she can do it, you also can do it. So you must mention when the tray is empty, the spring attached to the food tray is not compressed anymore, or you can say it springs up. It becomes longer, allowing part Q to touch the contact and form a closed circuit. You notice the teacher only marked this part, right? Form a closed circuit, okay? This one. So this is the key point. Sending an electric current through the circuit, turning the iron rod into an electromagnet. Okay, so this part, forming a closed circuit, sending the electric current, okay, to the circuit, turning the iron rod into an electromagnet. So this important part here. Okay. So basically, you mentioned that when the tray is empty, the spring springs up, allows part P to form a closed circuit, allowing electricity to flow through the iron rod, turning it into an electromagnet. Okay, I have changed this question C to this way. Okay, I say that object P is a magnet. Explain why. So the reason is very simple. Only a magnet can be repelled by another magnet. Okay, only a magnet can be repelled by another magnet. So actually you can say P is repelled by the electromagnet. Okay, this part. Only a magnet can repel. Okay, next part. This one, they ask you to give a reason. So they say the bird could not finish a large amount of food dispensed, right? Without changing a setup, suggests a change that Terry can do to the electrical circuit so that less food will be dispensed from the feeding machine. Give a reason for the suggestion. So you must suggest and then give the reason. So if you see this connection here, right? Now there are two batteries, right? So you reduce to one. Okay, reduce to one will make this electromagnet a weaker magnetic. Okay, will make it a weaker magnet. So the repulsion will be lesser. Okay, so there's one possibility. Okay, to change to this. So I think this is a easier way. The second way is to reduce the number of coil. Reduce the number of coil in the iron rod. So the same reason, the electromagnet will be weaker, thus repelling object P to a shorter distance. Less food will be dispensed. Okay, so for this one, you say that remove one battery. Okay, the battery also called dry cell. I put it here. Remove one dry cell, or say reduce the number of coils around the iron rod. Okay, either one. The reason is the same. Okay, the electromagnet will have a weaker magnetic force. Magnetic force to repel P to a shorter distance. Dispensing less food. Okay, so either one, this one. Remove one dry cell or reduce number of coils around the iron rod. So this is the reason. The electromagnet will have a weaker magnetic force to repel P to a shorter distance. So this is the reason, this part. They say, give a reason. So this is the reason. Okay, so this is quite a good question. Similarly, I would screen share this. I will record this and send to you. Okay, I already sent the answer through the screen share for you to refer to these questions. So now we proceed to the next part of the paper.